Welcome into Gross Catholic High School. As it is the conclusion of the junior varsity game, we have the varsity team coming up, but we are going to start our festivities here and go live because it is senior night. Big night here at Gross Catholic High, so be watching. It is senior night. We are going to go live.
Our next Benji is the son of Kathy and Dr. Armand Pachnagar. He has been involved in football, tennis, basketball, and golf while at Gross. Benji is a member of the National Honor Society and a student ambassador. He plans to attend Creighton University and study business and finance. Benji Pachnagar. Our next senior is Charlie Palladino. Charlie is the son of Katie and Jimmy Palladino. Charlie has been involved in football, basketball, and golf while at Gross. Charlie is a member of the National Honor Society and a student ambassador. He plans to attend UNO and study business and finance. Our next senior, Malal Nammer. Mal is the son of Akon Nagong and Marot Nammer. Mal has been involved in track and basketball while at Gross Catholic. He plans to attend UNO and study economics. Malal Nammer. Our next senior is Ben Rice. Ben is the son of Bill and Debbie Rice. Ben has been involved in football, basketball, and track while at Gross. He is currently undecided on where he will attend college, but wants to study sports management or construction management. Ben Rice. And our final senior is Jackson Wonderlic. Jackson is the son of Heather and Aaron Wonderlic. Jackson has been involved in football, basketball, and track while at Gross Catholic. He is also a member of the National Honor Society. He plans to attend UNO and study construction engineering. Jackson Wonderlic. And we thank you to our seniors and your parents for all their contributions to Gross Catholic High School. And now we will honor our 2023 senior cheerleaders. Let's meet our seniors and their parents. Our first senior cheerleader, Lydia Hinton. Lydia is the daughter of Deidre and Michael Hinton. Lydia has been involved in cheer, track, and cross country while at Gross. She is currently undecided where she plans to attend college, but would like to go into nursing. Lydia Hinton. Next up is senior Marjorie McCartney. Marjorie is the daughter of Carmen and Roger McCartney. Marjorie has been involved in cheer and golf at Gross. She's also been a salt leader, a member of the drama department, member of National Honor Society, and a student ambassador. She's also currently undecided on her plans for college, but would like to also go into nursing. Marjorie McCartney. Our next senior is Emily Ramirez. Emily is the daughter of Liliana and William Ramirez. Emily has been involved in cheer and powerlifting at Gross. She is a member of student council, a student ambassador, and a member of the National Honor Society. Emily plans to attend Creighton University and study nursing. Emily Ramirez. Our next senior is Lucy Venegas. Lucy is the daughter of Lucia and Jose Venegas. She's been involved in cheer, soccer, basketball, tennis, golf, and powerlifting while at Gross Catholic. Lucy is a member of the National Honor Society, a student ambassador, a salt leader, part of the Life Group, and also a member of the stick. Our next senior is Isabella Zeller. Isabella is the daughter of Rachel and Brian Zeller. She's been involved in cheer and dance while at Gross. She's been involved in the school musical, member of National Honor Society, student council, and student ambassadors. Is currently undecided on where she wants to attend school, but would like to study criminal justice and sociology. Isabella Zeller. And our final senior is Ella Zuber. Ella is the daughter of Aubrey Palermo and big sister of Roman Palermo. Ella has been involved in cheer while at Gross Catholic. She's also been involved in student council. Ella plans to attend Clarkson College to study nursing. The cheer coaches would just like to say thank you to the seniors and their parents for this amazing season. These girls have been the best leaders and mentors to the younger girls on the squad, and we are so proud of them. We can't wait to watch you guys one last time on the match tomorrow at State. We love you guys. Let's give one more big round of applause for all of our senior cheerleaders and basketball players.
So that was a wonderful moment to commemorate all the senior cheerleaders and members of the varsity basketball team. So make sure and come on back. We'll be back in 20 minutes as the Gross Catholic Cougars take on the Plattsmouth Blue Devils. Welcome in to Gross Catholic High School once again, where it is senior night as the Gross Catholic Cougars take on the Platt Smith Blue Devils. Welcome to the broadcast booth here at Gross Catholic High. Austin Ulmer alongside my colleague Joey Kirkle. And Joey, Gross coming off that big win against Nebraska City, 70-46 on Tuesday evening. Now 500 on the year, 10-10. It's senior night. It's packed house here. What are you looking forward to in this game?
Well, that's right. A lot of momentum on their side, and just a great atmosphere tonight. The place is packed. You see fat heads in the crowd. You see Coach O'Donnell with the suit and the Jordan 11s to go with him. So a fun night here at Gross Catholic High School. But yeah, for tonight, the one thing I'm looking for really is on the Platt Smith end, and that is number 3, Gage Olson, the junior, the team's leading scorer, averaging 16 points a game in their last game against Wahoo. It was a 76-49 loss, but Olson contributed 27 of their 49 points. Just an electric player, providing over half of their points. The next highest scorer had 5 points. So there have been a lot of games where he has been their whole team, but if he comes through and his teammates can contribute, this could be a threatening Blue Devils team.
Yeah, he does it all for this Blue Devils team. And Joey, we've seen at times this Gross team, they get a little caught up on the defensive end, have some trouble getting back in transition, but they're going to have to do that tonight with Gage Olson. He can do it all over the floor, and I expect a good defensive outing from this Cougars team, it being senior night.
I'd have to agree, and like you're saying, a big thing and an issue for them has been that transition defense. A lot of teams getting easy fast break buckets, and an electric scorer like Olson, that's going to be a big concentration for Coach Terry O'Donnell. And we've seen a few games where they really have had big struggles early on. Later in the game have had to get those second half adjustments. So I imagine they're going to come right out of the gate prepared more than ever, going to try and get their first season finishing above 500 since the 2012-2013 campaign.
So we will take a quick break for the national anthem, but come on back. It's Gross Catholic basketball.
We have a lot of great traditions here at Gross Catholic. One of them is not bad sportsmanship. Be loud, be proud, but please be respectful of all officials, coaches, and players. At this time, we invite everyone to please rise for our opening prayer. Please remain standing at the conclusion of the prayer for the national anthem, performed this evening by members of the Gross Catholic Choir. Gross Catholic is a Catholic high school in the Marianist tradition, and as such, we begin all activities by asking for God's blessing. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, we come before you tonight, and we give you thanks for your many blessings. May the actions of all here this evening, players and fans, always reflect your love for all people. Please keep all of the athletes free from injury, and may they be strengthened in mind, body, and soul to do their best each day. Together we pray the Marianist doxology. May the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit be glorified in all places through the Immaculate Virgin Mary. Amen.
Can you see by the dawn's
rendition of the national anthem by the choir here at Gross Catholic High. And Joey, Nathan Pachkowski last game in South Sioux City had a real big game. What are you expecting from the senior tonight from Pachkowski? Another big one?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Just a very versatile player. Not a guy that's always going to be the biggest scorer on the team, but really has the ability to come through. So I wouldn't be surprised to see another very big game from him in this game today.
So I will give you the starting lineups first for the Plattsmouth Blue Devils. Number 2, the senior, 6-foot TJ Fitzpatrick. Number 3, the junior, Gage Olson. Number 23, he stands 6'4", the senior, Drew Iverson. Number 30, Kevin Soule, he's the 6'1" senior. And rounding out the Blue Devil lineup, number 33, Rick Sure, he stands 6'3" and is a junior. And for the Gross Catholic Cougars, number 1, the senior, Jackson Drake. Number 2, the senior, Charlie Palladino. Number 3, getting the start on senior night, Jaden Bowen. Number 10, Nathan Pachkowski, the senior. And rounding out the Cougar starting lineup, all seniors in the starting lineup here, Alex Gonzalez. So that is the starting lineups for the two teams as they go to the floor to begin action here. Final night at home here for the Cougars, looking for a big win. This is a Plattsmouth team. They're coming off a tough 49-76 loss to Wahoo last Thursday, but they won their previous 2 games before that. We'll see what they can do here, and we are underway. So it will be the Blue Devils getting things started, and this is Gage Olson right away with the ball. Passes this one off to Soule. Olson weaving. Fitzpatrick passed it off to Iverson, and back to Olson now. Olson to Soule. Now Olson with it, guarded heavily there from Jackson Drake. Olson trying to find somewhere to go with the basketball, finds Soule now. Soule, that's to Fitzpatrick. Good defense to start things off for the Cougars. This all-senior lineup. And that one's off Olson, able to recover it. And now pass there to LeShirt. Fitzpatrick thought about driving, picks up his dribble, passes it off now to Iverson.
It's that suffocating defense right now. No easy opportunities for the Blue Devils.
So this is Fitzpatrick, passes that one out to Soule. Shot finally up from Iverson, off, rebounded there by Gonzalez. Gonzalez, that one's to Palladino. Now Jackson Drake. Drake driving. Saw that a bunch against South Sioux City last Friday. Shots up for 3 from Pachkowski, rebounded there from Iverson. Now the Blue Devils going the other way. This is Olson driving quick, puts up the shot, and he is fouled. He'll be going to the line for 2.
And for Olson, we talked about 27 points in his last game against Wahoo, but he does a good job driving inside, being able to get sent to the line. He went 7 for 7 at the charity stripe in that game versus Wahoo. Already just a minute and a half in, he's at the line.
Yeah, so the personal foul called on. So it was Bowen. It's called with the foul. His first personal, first team foul. Second free throws up. That is no good. So 1 of 2 from the line for Gage Olson, and now Jackson Drake going the other way. Wants to drive, passes this one out. Shot is up, that's from Palladino, and rebounded by the Blue Devils. Fitzpatrick now, he's gonna slow things down, and I have a feeling that's how this Blue Devils offense is gonna operate, real slow.
Absolutely, a patient offense here, trying to find the best opportunity, but this defense really isn't given any easy looks.
So this is Iverson driving, passes, now posting up, puts up the shot off the glass. It is good, 3-0 Blue Devils, 5:57 to go in the first quarter. Passes off to Pachkowski, now to Jackson Drake, puts up the 3, off the side of the iron, rebounded by the Blue Devils. That was LeSure on the rebound. Olson brings it across half court, now passes it off to Soule, and this is Fitzpatrick now. Iverson thought about taking the three, does from the top of the key, off the side of the rim, rebounded by Jackson Drake. Jackson Drake wants to go quick, slows it down now, backs it up. Charlie Palladino driving, puts up the layup, he is fouled, and Palladino will be going to the line to shoot two.
And in early possessions, we've seen the Cougars get a few looks that they really liked. One of them was that Palladino pull-up jumper from the elbow. They've gotten the opportunities, just haven't been able to convert yet. Here's a great opportunity to get some points on the board.
So Palladino misses the first one. Personal foul called on LeSure. That's his first team foul for the Blue Devils. And Weiss, Kong have both checked in for the Cougars.
Two guys usually in the starting lineup, but with it being senior night and them being underclassmen, they got to sit the bench at the start. And we see right now the third guy usually in the lineup, that's Colby Duncan.
So Palladino hits the second free throw, so it's 3-1. Blue Devils lead, 5:21 to go in the first quarter. This one passed back there to Sull. And this is Iverson. Iverson brings it across half court, facing the trap, loses his dribble. Weiss recovers on the steal. Palladino, nice dish there to Colby Duncan, and we are tied at 3. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And there's that full court press, and Blue Devils able to get around it. So this is Gage Olson, team's leading scorer. Long pass there and recovered by Iverson. Now Sull backing down the defender, passes it to Olson. Olson splits the defense, passes that, and jump ball called. One of the Cougars got a hand on it, and it's possession arrow in favor of the Cougars, Cougar basketball.
And early on, this is an aggressive defensive approach. We've seen the press a lot in this season, but usually not this early into the game. They brought it out right out of the gate and have done a great job forcing turnovers, even just some tipped passes. You can tell this Blue Devil team wasn't expecting to be under this much pressure this early, and the Cougars are loving how rattled this Plattsmouth team is.
So now Colby Duncan brings it across half court, calling out the play. Looks for the screen from Weiss. It's set, able to get around it. Now passes it to Jackson Drake. And an offensive foul call. So it's called on Ryan Weiss, his first second team foul on the Cougars.
Yeah, right there, called for the illegal screen. Cougars gonna need to make sure they do a better job just taking care of their possessions, getting the most out of them.
So the pass there, this time that's Indorf who's checked in. Now this is Olson. Olson trying to pass down low. Stolen by Weiss. Once again, that's two steals already for Weiss. Jackson Drake, nice dish there to Colby Duncan. And offensive foul called on Duncan. His first.
And for a team that likes to drive into the lane this much, it's going to be big for the Blue Devils to have that awareness of knowing when the guy's barreling in, he's going to be going up. So getting set, being able to draw these early fouls.
So that pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Blue Devils. But this full court press all of a sudden going on for the Cougars and causing some problems for Plattsmouth.
Yeah, the Blue Devils been pretty slow to pass. One of the best ways to get past that full court pressure is constantly swinging it over.
So now Gage Olson across half court being guarded by Jackson Drake very closely. Active hands all over for the Cougars. And that pass there, that was from Indorf. He was looking for Olson, but it out of bounds. Blue.
No easy passing lane right now for Plattsmouth. The defensive awareness for the Cougars has just been brilliant in this first quarter.
And that one deflected out of bounds again. That's by Kong. Defending the inbounds pass. Able to swat it out of bounds. Blue Devil basketball. So tied up 3-3, 3:39 to go in the first quarter. Now the shot down low, post up, and rebounded. That was by Colby Duncan. Duncan now driving. Nice no-look pass there to Jack. That was Palladino. Made the shot. Palladino now with 3 points and his 5-3 Cougars lead. Now the pass to Olsen, outside the three-point line on the right side. Down low. This is Soul trying to post his man up. Throws it to the top of the key, back to Olsen to reset the offense. Good defense so far from this Cougars team.
Right, early on, Olsen coming off that 27-point performance. We were expecting to see a lot from him early on. He only has 1 point to show off a free throw.
So now the inbounds pass to Olsen. Olsen almost got away from him, but able to recover it there. Brings it across half court. Crossover dribble. Pass down low. Finds Iverson. Shot is up. Looked like Kong got a hand on that. Now Duncan going the other way. Pass out to Kong. Kong puts up a three off the back of the iron. Weiss fighting for the offensive rebound, tries to save it, but throws it right to Fitzpatrick in the blue jersey. So now Gage Olsen brings it across half court here. Olsen had 27 in that last game, as Joey said in pregame. Now this is Fitzpatrick, passes it out to Iverson. Kong leaves his feet and pass back to Fitzpatrick. Now Olsen driving, puts up the little floater off the back of the iron, rebounded by Kong. 5-3, Cougars still lead, 2:10 to go. Colby Duncan puts up the floater. Weiss with the offensive rebound, puts it back in. 7-3, Cougars lead.
Yeah, Weiss not able to get a whole lot of opportunities down low early on, but right there able to find a perfect opportunity to extend this Cougar lead.
So Fitzpatrick back to Iverson. Now Olsen on the right side. Blue Devils have not had a lot of passing lanes against this Cougars defense. Bounce pass down low, stolen by Palladino. Palladino now going quick. Puts up the shot, and he is fouled. He'll be going to the line for two.
Foul number 2, TJ Fitzpatrick. That's his first, team second.
So personal foul on TJ Fitzpatrick, his first second team foul. Palladino shooting two at the line. First free throw is no good, so 7-3 Cougars lead. Minute 32 to go here in this first quarter.
And Palladino couldn't get the free throw to go, but he's having a big first quarter. His name getting called on a lot. He's got 3 points, and it really has helped lead a lot of these fast break and inside drives for the Cougars.
So the second free throw is good. And Pachkowski comes back into the game for the Cougars. 8-3 now. Gross leads. Full court press is on once again. This is Olsen. He's facing the trap. Long pass there. That's to Luntger. Luntger now back to Olsen. Olsen calling out a play. Lots of size on the floor right now for Gross. Pass back there to LeSure. Now the drive from Olsen. Decides against it, throws it back to LeSure. This is Iverson. Iverson puts up a three, heavily contested. Offensive rebound by Olsen. He can't hit it. Colby Duncan comes away with it. Now going the other way. Passes this one off to Gonzalez. Down low to Pachkowski. Spin move by Pachkowski. Stolen away by the Blue Devils. Olsen with the layup, and Olsen fouled. Looks like Duncan got all ball, but referee called the foul on that one. Second foul on Colby Duncan.
Yeah, and you're right. That looked like great defense. You could see the reaction from Duncan and a few of his teammates. They did not like that call, but Olsen here able to get some more points. He only has 1 point coming from the free throw line.
So first free throw gets a friendly bounce for Olsen. So it is now 8-4 Cougars lead, 48.7 on the game clock here in the first quarter. On senior night at Gross Catholic High.
And we talked about the game versus Wahoo. Plattsmouth could only get offensive production from Olsen. He was doing it all, but right now nobody really able to get consistent production.
So Olsen hits the second free throw, 8-5 now, Cougars lead. Jackson Drake to Weiss, back to Drake. Drake takes the shot from the charity stripe off the front of the iron, rebounded by Soul. Blue Devils, this is Olsen, thought about going quick and slows it down. 28 on the clock. Iverson, guarded by Drake, little crossover dribble, going baseline, puts the shot up, rebounded by Pachkowski. This is Jackson Drake. behind the back dribble. 15 seconds on the clock. Alex Gonzalez with a nice pump fake, and that one goes long. And Pachkowski somehow comes up with it. 10-5, Cougars lead. 1 second on the clock. Shots up from half court for Olsen, and that will do it for the first quarter here on Senior Night at Gross Catholic High as the Cougars lead the Blue Devils 10-5. We will take a quick break, but come on back.
Back for the second quarter of action here at Gross Catholic High School. The Cougars lead the Blue Devils 10-5 in Austin. What was the difference in that first quarter?
The defense for the Cougars really showing up tonight. And I mean, this is a packed house. It's senior night. You expect the energy from this team, but they came out with a lot of momentum, and we've done a lot of games for them this year, Joey, and I've never seen that kind of momentum from this team on the defensive end like they've come out tonight.
Without a doubt. I was just getting ready to say the same thing. I have not seen them play defense like this yet in this season. So we're going to start off with the second quarter here. Jackson Drake taking it up. He's guarded by Luncher. Now top of the key, Ty Hellig, right after checking in, doing what he does best. He's a sharpshooter, knocking down the quick three-pointer.
Yeah, that's why he's a freshman, but he's out there, and he's done it all season long, Joey.
Fitzpatrick trying to get over to Olsen. Drake not letting the easy pass get by him. Olsen over to LeSure. On the high post. Now Iverson, he took 5 shots in that first quarter. Down low, nearly a rejection, but a foul is going to be called on Jackson Drake, and that'll send Liam LeSure to the line.
That is the one thing for this Cougars team. They don't want to get into foul trouble here. Already 5 team fouls, so going to have to be careful.
And right now, 3 of the 5 points for the Blue Devils coming at the free throw line. Only made field goal was a Drew Iverson post move. But now here's the junior at the line. LeSure too strong on the first one. That rattles out. And when they haven't been able to get as good a looks, they need to take better advantage of these opportunities at the line, but they've struggled, as you see right there. LeSure goes 0 for 2. Alex Gonzalez driving inside, the rejection there. Great block from Liam LeSure.
Yeah, what a block. Gonzalez had the open lane, but that open lane closed real quick with LeSure with the huge block there.
Great drive, but just a fantastic defensive recovery. So Hellig inbounds under the basket. This one tipped and stolen by Olsen. He leads the fast break, 2-on-1. He's going to do it all himself, and that falls. 13-7. Now 5 points here from Gage Olsen.
And I'd expect him to start really trapping and double teaming Olsen.
Quick pull-up 3 from Gonzalez, no good. The rebound goes to Fitzpatrick. And now back to Gage Olsen. With about a minute left in that first quarter, only had 1 point to show. He's up to 5 now. His team has 7, they trail by 6. Drew Iverson gets it over to Olsen. Again, guarded by Jackson Drake. Now LeSure with it.
This Plattsmouth team, they could hold on to the basketball all day, Joey, if they wanted to.
They're not getting the opportunities. They're not rushing it in the slightest. Pachkowski trying to get the steal, but an inside drive and floater from Olsen. He's really heating up to start this second quarter. 13-9, 6:15 to play. Drake over to Paczkowski. Kick out to Gonzalez. Again, another good drive from Gonzalez. Jumper no good. Kong, the offensive rebound, put back, good for two. Malal Kong getting his first bucket of the night.
And that's another thing that's been going great for the Cougars, the offensive rebounding and those second chance points.
Drive inside by who else but Olsen, no good. Rebound and bucket there from Liam LaSure. Struggling offense, really getting it to go. A Euro step. Looks like the shot will not count, but Kong able to draw the foul.
Yeah, another questionable call, Joey. What a nice Euro step, though. How about that?
Beautiful move right there from Kong.
Look at the little Greek freak action.
That's
there.
right, the 6'5" forward, lengthy player getting the Euro step. So the foul called on the ground. We see Kong and Gonzalez check out. Pass on the wing, here's Bowen. Now up to Jackson Drake, he fires the triple, no good. Nearly rebounded by Helig, but that one's tipped away and in the hands of Iverson. Now it's Sol, going down low. Olsen trying to drive baseline, pass down low, Liam LaSure kicks it out to Sol, nearly stolen there by Charlie Palladino. Struggling to hold on to the ball. They go down low to Sol, gets a defender jumping, able to get the basket on Helig.
Yeah.
15-13, 2-point game, and now a timeout called here by Coach O'Donnell.
Yeah, Sol took advantage of the size mismatch there down low, and good timeout here. Talk some composure into your team. Came out with a lot of momentum, but now just getting a little wayward with their passing, giving up some key offensive rebounds to the Blue Devils. I'm sure Coach O'Donnell, you can see him telling them, calm down a little bit, collect yourselves, get back out there. It cost them.
Absolutely, like you're saying, we've seen the rebounding start to shift in favor of the Blue Devils. And then we talked about how suffocating that defense was in the first quarter from the Cougars. And when they have time to get it set, it's still been great. But we see when they quickly work it down the court, Olsen's able to get those opportunities to either drive inside for the bucket or get the last second feed to an open teammate. So an even 5 minutes to play in this first half. 15-13 Cougar lead. It's going to be Jackson Drake with it. He's guarded by Fitzpatrick. Quick movement here for the Cougars. Drake drives inside with the right. This one's stripped away, out of bounds, and this one's going to the Blue Devils. Gage Olsen, great job knocking that ball loose, and then it was off the knee of Jackson Drake.
Yeah, costly turnover there for the Cougars. They're going back to this full court press, Joey. Let's see if they decide to trap Olsen here.
And that's where they get it into, but we don't see the trap. Comes over, and they do get the pass over to Iverson. Helig able to knock it loose, but it's going right to Olsen. He feeds this one to the corner. Fitzpatrick three rattles out. And a fast break now for the Cougars. Palladino trying to do it all by himself. It's rejected and picked up by LaSure, but he comes down on the line, and it'll be an inbound under the basket for the Cougars.
Yeah, and LaSure showing his rim protection skills down there. Stepped out of bounds after that block, but another huge block there for LaSure.
Kong checks in for Paczkowski. Inbound pass right to Kong. This one knocked away, but picked up by Jackson Drake. Fitzpatrick won't give him any room. He drives in with the left. Aggressive finish, switch hands off the glass. Fantastic play there from Jackson Drake.
What a drive from Drake. Put some hot sauce on that one.
4-point lead now for the Cougars. Pass over to Olsen. Drake wasn't looking for him. Drive inside. And a travel's going to be called. So right there, Olsen running into his teammate. So the turnover there for the Blue Devils. Drake's going to be leading the Cougar offense down again. Haven't seen Colby Duncan for a few minutes, but he had 2 fouls in that first quarter. Zone defense here coming out for the Blue Devils. Helig on the perimeter. quick swinging offense. It's Kong in the corner, skip pass way over Helig, and that'll be a turnover from Malal Kong.
And now the Blue Devils stepping up half-court defense quite a bit from what we saw in that first quarter, Joey.
Inbounds here to Sol. Trying to find someone to get it to. Tries Fitzpatrick. Palladino wanted the steal. He wasn't close to it. Sol's guarded by Kong. 3:25 to play in the first half. Olsen wanted the foul on Kong. Iverson gets it over to Sol. The pass down low. Olsen step back.
Nice job on the switch there by the Cougars.
Like we said earlier, this is not an offense that'll rush a shot. They want the best look possible. Olsen thinks he has it off the glass. Tricky finish from Gage Olsen, but he gets another bucket. This one making it a 2-point game. Olsen with a big second quarter. Again, the zone defense here. But they leave an open three, no good. Rebound for Bowen, able to draw the foul shot, no good.
Big offensive rebound there for Bowen, and that's what Gross has been doing on the offensive boards, really pulling down those offensive rebounds real well tonight.
Yeah, and right there, a pretty tricky opportunity for the offensive rebound. Two big men down low, almost spinning as he jumps in to grab that board. So Bowen looking to extend this Cougar lead. First free throw, no good. Some early struggles at the line for the Cougars all year, Austin. One of the things we've talked about is what Coach O'Donnell expects from this team at the free throw line. The preseason expectation he set for his team was 80% from the charity stripe, and tonight they have not come close to that mark.
Yeah, that's a point of emphasis for Coach O'Donnell. They live and die by the free throws. He says those big games, they come down to free throws, and that time, Bowen able to hit the second one.
Yeah, that one rattles in. He checks out as Pachkowski comes back in. The Cougars ready to bring back the full court press. 2:42 to play in the first half. Henry Luntger thrown in the inbounds. No easy pass. A 5-second call. Seemed to be a bit of a late 5-second call there.
Seemed a little longer than 5 seconds, but they did call it. But great defense by the Cougars once again. We've been seeing that all game long, and lots of energy on the defensive end for Gross.
Yeah, and that's props to the Cougars. A lot of teams, when it seems clear to them it's 5 seconds, they're going to start getting distracted, wondering why the call hasn't been made. They stuck with it, and right here, an offensive foul called on Jackson Drake. He lowered his head, leaned into the defender, and that's when he's going to be called for.
Yeah, that's now 2 on Jackson Drake, something to keep an eye on, Joey.
Yeah, Drake and Duncan each with 2 fouls, and just like Duncan, we're going to see Drake head to the bench. Alex Gonzalez coming into the game. So here's Luntger throwing the inbounds again. This time able to easily find a man, it's Sol. Right back to Luntger. Guarded by Helig. Pachkowski trying to bring the pressure. Olsen, the feed to Sol. Kong guarding him closely. Luntger to Fitzpatrick. Guarded by Helig. 2:15 to play in the first half. Olsen to Luntger. Down low, Kong able to get the steal. He's trapped in the corner, out to Pachkowski. Great defensive play there by Malal Kong. Pachkowski on the perimeter, trying to drive inside, able to create a lane. Fantastic work there from Ethan Pachkowski.
What a drive by Pachkowski.
And a quick steal by Gonzalez. He thought about the three, feeds it over to Helig. Pull up jumper, mid-range, no good. Fight for the boards, won by Pachkowski. Nathan Pachkowski, 4 quick points. That's going to make this a 7-point Cougar lead, and a timeout called with 1:35 to play in the first half.
Yeah, and Pachkowski continuing with that hot hand he had against South Sioux City just a week ago, and really having his way in this game, using his size, but very versatile player. You saw that drive, and then comes right back, gets the offensive rebound, leads to second chance points.
And one thing throughout this season, when they're at home, you do not want to give the Cougars the slightest bit of momentum. So back-to-back steals, back-to-back buckets is something big for the Cougars. You see that's been a rowdy crowd tonight. They're going to let the opposing team hear it.
Well, and you can almost feel the energy ready to explode in this building, Joey. They're ready to go nuts. And there they go, start clapping, they're fired up. Minute 35 to go in this first half. Got a 7-point lead. It's been all defense for the Cougars so far.
Yeah, and the Cougars started to build that lead in the first quarter, sort of lost it to open this second quarter. They got it back, and you got to think they're going to look to finish out this first half strong and get a double-digit lead going into the break. Soule gets it across half court before going over to Olsen. Trying to find the open man down low. Henry Luncher was there on the drive, wasn't looking for the pass from Olsen, and that's another Blue Devil turnover. Alex Gonzalez walks this one past midcourt. 1:15 remains in the second quarter. Helig over to Kong. Palladino. Pass in the corner to Pachkowski. He had back-to-back quick buckets. He gets to Palladino. His mid-range way off the mark, but Gonzalez trying to get the save across half court. And that's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Cougar basketball. Not the best awareness there from Soule. Didn't really recognize the situation. Right there, it was looking like no matter what, it was Blue Devil ball. If the Cougars touched it, it's a backcourt violation. If they let it go, it's out of bounds. Soule not understanding it, trying to get the save. So now the Cougars getting it back.
And great basketball IQ from the freshman.
Down low for Gonzalez. Tricky move, and a foul is going to be drawn. That one looked to be on Iverson. And it looks like they will call that on Henry Luncher. That'll be his first of the game and the 5th called on the Blue Devils.
A lot better job by Gross keeping the fouls down in this second quarter, Joey.
Gonzalez first free throw rattling out. Again, the struggles continue for the Cougars. 41.9 left in this second quarter. 0 for 2 at the line for Gonzalez. The rebound grab there from LeSure. So now Gage Olsen with it. Over to Iverson. 25 seconds to play. There's a loose ball picked up by Olsen. Last second feed to Iverson. Kick out to a wide open man. Three-pointer, no good from Soule. Kong able to clear the board, but a loose ball once more. They're diving on it. It looks to be a jump ball between Malal Kong and Henry Luncher. Great hustle from both teams. A few loose balls. You got guys diving on it, trying to make the big play. And it looks like possession will be with the Blue Devils with 13.6.
Yeah, you'd expect the Blue Devils just to hold on to this one for the last shot. Let's see what they do here.
They inbound it to Olsen. Now 10 on the clock. Olsen's guarded by Helig. Gets the screen, decides not to take it. Drive inside, a big rejection from Malal Kong. That's one the crowd's gonna love.
Yeah, student section going nuts. They were losing it after that block, Joey.
We'll let them do the talking on that block from
his
Malal
head
Kong.
got above the rim on that block.
And he's been a guy all year long that has brought the huge momentum plays. So 3.6 to go. Inbound here to Olsen. Defense all around him. He's going to chuck up a three off the back iron. So a big finish for the first half from the Gross Catholic Cougars. They lead 22-15. Austin, what are your final thoughts on that first half?
Great defense we saw from Gross. This Blue Devils team, it looks like they're going to be very patient with the basketball, try to find their open shots, and they were giving them a lot of them, and that led to the 7-point advantage they have right now going into halftime.
Absolutely, and I need some time to process that block from Kong. Still not able to get over that, so we're going to take a break for the half. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back soon.
Get your tickets out. See if you are the lucky winner for a chance at $50. Our winning ticket number is 6.
There's nothing quite like the sense of belonging here at Gross Catholic High School.
Oh, I love it. great community, great friends, great teachers. It's very easy to be involved with the community here.
It definitely brought me out of my comfort zone a ton. It was super easy to make friends and get involved.
It's definitely been something that I've enjoyed coming to every day. I mean, I feel like I can, interact with everyone.
I really like Gross because it's a great place to meet new people. And
Welcome back to Gross Catholic High School, where the Cougars lead the Plattsmouth Blue Devils 22-15. And Joey, what was your reaction to how the Cougars played in that first half?
Well, I mean, the one thing we talked about time and time again was the defensive approach they took. That first quarter really gave no easy opportunities for Gage Olson and the entire Blue Devil team. In the second quarter, they started off hot. Olson got that hot hand, finishing the first half with 9 points, so still on track for a really good game. But really, the defensive approach we saw from the Cougars is fantastic. So my big question going into this half is, what version of that Cougar defense do we see? Is it what we saw right out of the gate, where just absolutely suffocates the Blue Devils, or do we see what we saw towards the start of the second quarter, where a lot of fast break opportunities arise for Plattsmouth?
Well said, Joey. So the leading scorers for both teams, for the Cougars, it is Nathan Patkowski in that first half. Of course, for the Blue Devils, we talked about him a bunch in pregame. Gage Olson has 9, leading all scorers for the Blue Devils. So team to the floor as we prepare for the second half. It will be Cougars basketball. They're up by 7. And we'll see what they can do with the first possession in this second half. So passed off to Colby Duncan. He brings it across half court, and we are underway here in the second half. Passes it down low to Kong. Kong facing the double team, able to get around it. Nice pass to Weiss. Weiss can't put it in, and LeSure comes up with the rebound. Now Olson passes it off to Luntjar. Nice bounce pass there, and Soul, small stolen basketball, able to cover. And this is Colby Duncan going quick. Duncan backs it off and passes it there to Palladino. Pass to Weiss down low. Top of the key to Duncan. Duncan now driving. Decides against it. Palladino to Drake and Weiss. Palladino once again in the paint, puts up the layup. It is good, heavily contested, able to hit it. And it's a 9-point Cougars lead, 7:04 to go in the third quarter.
And Palladino had a few big buckets in that first quarter, had a lot of overall offensive opportunities. So nice to see him get started the right way in this second half.
So Olson now being guarded by Kong. Huge size disadvantage. Not set there from LeSure. Shot is up, and Drake able to save it. Passes Kong. The iron, rebounded by Iverson.
And the pass on that play coming from Duncan. Nice for Cougars fans to see him back in action.
And open baseline there for Luntjar. Hits the layup. 7-point Cougars advantage, 24-17.
And the Blue Devils are needed going to have guys like Luntjar and players like, these role players contributing. We've only seen Olson really coming through in this first half.
So the ball stolen away by the Blue Devils. And receiving in, he bounced off, and it'll be Blue Devils basketball under their own basket. So Iverson on the inbounds pass. That's to Soul. Now back to Iverson. 3 from the top of the key. Hits it. 24-20, Cougars lead. 5:53 in the third quarter.
And Iverson, a double-digit scorer on average, missed 5 shots after making his first, finally getting back into the scoring column.
So a shot is no good from Kong off the Euro step, and rebounded by down once again, directing traffic. Passes this one off to Soul. Now Iverson on the right side. And foul called on Kong. Coach O'Donnell not happy with that call. It'll be Kong's first.
That's his first.
We saw in that first quarter, fouls were starting to become a big issue for the Cougars. Not so much in the second quarter, and right now we see called for their first of the second half.
So Iverson, long pass there to Soul. Passed off now to LeSure. Now Iverson. Goes around the screen. LeSure. Pass it to Olsen. Olsen puts up the shot from the paint. Rebounded by Palladino. So now Pachkowski to Palladino. And tried by Jackson Drake. Pachkowski, mid-range shot, hits it. He's got 8.
Yeah, big scoring night here from the senior Pachkowski.
So Olsen goes around the screen. Garten now.
In that first quarter, with that aggressive defense from the Cougars, it seemed like batted passes were a thing on almost every play. Really saw none of that in the second quarter, so becoming more of a rarity here for the Cougars, but right there able to knock that one out of bounds.
So Lincoln Bradley checks in for the Blue Devils. Iverson almost loses possession, able to recover. Now faces the double team on the baseline. Behind the back dribble, passes this one out to Soul. Trying to find somewhere to go with it, Soul, and passes it out of bounds. Turnover for the Blue Devils.
In this third quarter, it just seems like the Blue Devils starting to lose their offensive composure, rushing a lot of plays. You saw Iverson right there with the ball for about 8 seconds, not really knowing what to do with it. The last second feed back, and then the ball getting stolen just seconds later.
So Jackson Drake passes it off to Colby Duncan. Now to Kong at the top of the key. Passes it to Pachkowski. He's got 8. Driving. Puts up the shot off the glass. Rebounded by Olsen. The Cougars.
Foul number 2, Charlie Palladino, his first, team second.
So the foul called on Palladino, his first, second team foul on the Cougars. So it'll be Gage Olsen once again shooting 2 from the line. Hits the first.
And when you look at guys as high of scorers each game as Gage Olsen, a lot of their production comes from beyond the arc, and he's one of the rare players where that is not the case. He is a guard who likes to get it inside, get those shifty moves to create inside opportunities, either get the bucket or draw the foul.
So pass down low to Kong. Off the rim, but nice job by Palladino to get the offensive rebound, put it back in, 28-22. Cougars lead under 4 minutes in the third quarter now. Olsen now driving, defended by Palladino, and foul called on Palladino. That's his second.
Yeah, and 2 quick fouls coming there from Charlie Palladino.
Palladino, his second, team's third.
So who else at the line now but Gage Olsen?
2 shots.
Olsen hits the first free throw. Henry Luncher comes back in for the Blue Devils. Kevin Soul will check out. Second free throw's up. It is good, so 4-point Cougars advantage. 3:50 to go in the third quarter. This is Jackson Drake on the right side. Passes it off to Pachkowski. Now Palladino driving. Nice pass there to Pachkowski. He's got 10 now. And Pachkowski on senior night, the senior having an excellent game. This is Olsen, wants to drive. And jump ball called. Possession arrow with the Blue Devils, so they will inbound from under their own basket.
And not often you see the coach of the defense upset about the jump ball, but right there he knows his team was so close to getting the steal and the fast break opportunity.
So now the inbounds pass from Iverson to Olsen. Olsen driving, Euro step, and deflected out of bounds. Cougar basketball, they say.
Yeah, Olsen trying to drive inside as he was going up, able to lose it, going off his knee and out of bounds.
So 30-24, Cougars lead, 3:15 to go in this third quarter. Palladino, now Duncan. Duncan passes it to Jackson Drake. Corner 3, in and out, rebounded by Olsen. Olsen brings it across half court. Around the screen there. Passes it off to Luncher. Pass stolen by Pachkowski. Now fight for the basketball, and Blue Devils come up with it. Olsen goes around the screen. Tough defense there from Jackson Drake. Hits the shot, and it's a 4-point Cougars advantage, 30-26, 2:37 to go in the third quarter. And then Palladino, and foul called there on Iverson. That's 3 now on Drew Iverson, something to keep an eye on, Joey.
And Iverson, a player this team needs, able to provide some size and scoring abilities. They will leave him in the game after picking up his third.
So now Colby Duncan on the inbounds pass. Passes it to Hellig. Hellig wants to drive, now passes it to Colby Duncan. Corner 3 off the back of the iron. Rebounded from Luncher. He's going quick. Puts up the layup, and he is fouled, they say, on Colby Duncan. And that'll be 3 on Duncan.
Yeah, Duncan called for his third, and you can hear what the crowd thinks about that one. I will kind of go on there. It did look again to be pretty good defense there from Colby Duncan.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd in here. I didn't see much of a foul there, but maybe my view's impeded.
And that's just it. From our side, didn't look like it, but again, not the best angle here. We can't quite make the call. We're going to let the referees do the work there.
Luncher now trying to make the second free throw. It is off the back of the iron. Duncan comes down with the rebound. Duncan going quick, pass it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, now Pachkowski takes the 3 off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Olsen. Olsen going quick, driving, puts up the shot. On the floor, foul, they say. We'll see who they call this one on. Got Pachkowski for his first personal foul, and that's now 5 quick team fouls for the Cougars, Joey.
And yeah, quick is the word. They're adding up really in the last few minutes. So have to imagine in the fourth quarter, probably going to see the Blue Devils get into the bonus.
So Coach O'Donnell calls a timeout here. That'll leave them with 3 timeouts. And trying to make the necessary adjustments. Narrow 4-point lead here. 2:10 to go. And Joey, what do the Cougars need to do to hold on to this lead?
Well, right now, first and foremost, they got to figure out their offense. They've struggled recently to get some easy buckets, just really get their offense together. On the defensive end, they still haven't given up easy looks, but as we're seeing these last few minutes, the Blue Devils doing a great job drawing fouls. They're getting those inside drives and really letting the defense do the rest of the work by getting over aggressive. So for defense, for the Cougars, I'm not complaining a whole lot with the work they're putting in because there have been no easy opportunities for Plattsmouth, but they got to figure out their offensive identity right now.
And you can hear it starting to get real loud in this building. It's senior night here at Gross Catholic High. And the senior, Nathan Pachkowski, what a game we've seen from him so far, Joey.
Absolutely. He's having a great stretch. You talked about it recently against South Sioux City, a 16-point performance. He's already got 10 in the third quarter.
So Iverson on the inbounds pass. Passes it down low, and then a foul called on Bowen. And that'll be Bowen's second foul. Now 6 team fouls on the Cougars.
And right there, if you're the Cougars, you have to know better on an inbound under the basket than to give them that position. The pass right in as a big man down low, you're going to go up immediately when you get that room.
So Liam LeSure will be shooting 2 from the charity stripe. First one is good. So 30-27 now, Cougars lead. 2:08 to go in the third quarter. LeSure with the second free throw. That one's good. So 30-28. Cougars lead by 2. Gonzalez. That's to Bowen, who passed it to Pachkowski. Back to Bowen. Bowen driving. And he is fouled on the floor, they say.
Foul number 33, Liam LeSure, his second, team second.
So second personal foul on Liam LaSure, second team foul called on Plattsmouth. Inbounds pass from Gonzalez. Pachkowski off to Duncan. Duncan now to Gonzalez. Wants to drive. Facing the double team. Trying to get out of trouble there. Able to do it. Pachkowski down low to Duncan. Duncan baseline and stolen away there by Lunchar. Lunchar trying to find somewhere to go with it, and now Olsen will end up with it and bringing it across half court. Screen set there from LaSure. Long pass there to Iverson. Iverson puts up the three and fight for the rebound. And foul called there. Looks like they got LaSure for his third personal foul now. Third team foul on the Blue Devils.
Yeah, right there, loose ball foul, going for the rebound. And in the first two quarters, there seemed to be clear moments where the momentum really shifted in favor of the Cougars, and they had strong runs. In the third quarter, that has not been the story. It's been a great period for the Blue Devils. You got to wonder if the Cougars have a strong finish to the third in them, or if we're going to see the quarter end just about as it is right now.
So Colby Duncan to Ty Hellig. Hellig passes it off to Gonzalez, going baseline, and Gonzalez is fouled. He'll be going to the line to shoot two.
Great awareness there by Gonzalez on the pump fake. Knew he had three defenders trying to play recovery defense and come in for the last second rejection. So on the pump fake, able to get really everyone to bite on it and draw the foul.
So TJ Fitzpatrick called with the foul, his second personal, and Gonzalez misses the first free throw. So 30-28, Cougars lead, minute 10 to go in the third quarter.
And the Cougars playing their last regular season game. Have to imagine their next few practices, there's going to be a lot of work at the free throw line.
And second free throw is good. 3-point lead. Full court press on for the Cougars. And Olsen going to slow it down here. Minute 5. 3-point Cougars advantage. Olsen now loses possession of the basketball, and they do say he stepped out. Another turnover for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big one. We've seen a few times tonight where Olsen has driven inside, and someone's just gotten a hand on it, and that ball's been knocked loose.
So this is Gonzalez. Passes it off to Jackson Drake. 52 seconds on the game clock. Drake back to Hellig. Hellig behind the back dribble. Trying to find somewhere to go with it. Finds Drake. Drake puts up the layup, and Drake is fouled. He'll be going to the line for two. Lots of fouls from both teams here in this third quarter.
Right, and just a few minutes ago, only one team foul for the Blue Devils. 4 of them accumulating in just a few minutes.
So Fitzpatrick now with 3. So him, Iverson, and LaSure each with 3 fouls on the Blue Devils side. For the Cougars, Duncan has 3. Palladino has 2. Bowen has 2. Drake has 2. And Weiss will check in for Pachkowski. So still a 3-point game. First free throw was no good from Drake. Second free throw's up. That one's good. 32-28, Cougars lead. 42 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Olsen going quick behind the back dribble. Guarded by Jackson Drake. Goes around the screen set from Soul. Now Olsen passes this one out to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick. Lindorf. Olsen takes the 3 off the side of the iron. Drake pulls down the rebound. 21 seconds on the clock. Gonzalez going quick. Puts up the layup. Hits it. It's good. 34-28. Cougars lead. Koch continues to run. 10 seconds. 9 seconds. Olsen facing the double team, now triple team. Passes it to Iverson. Iverson puts up the 3. It's no good, and that will do it for the third quarter. Cougars lead 34-28. We will take a quick break, but come on back. We got an exciting fourth quarter for you right here at Gross Catholic High.
And back for the fourth quarter here at Gross Catholic High School. The Cougars ahead 34-28. And this one got really close towards the end, but the Cougars able to pull and increase that lead a bit going into the break. You got to think a little more momentum for them as they enter this final quarter.
Yeah, and they got to do a little better job of rim protection down low, giving a lot of open lanes down there in the paint, especially on the baseline. We'll see if they can change that here in the fourth quarter and hold on to this 6-point lead, Joey.
Absolutely. Kong's going to drive inside. There will be a foul on the ground on number 32, Brock Endorf. So now 6 fouls from each team. Next one will put either in the bonus. And now we'll see Gonzalez throw in from under the basket. LeSure is going to check in for Endorf. Bounce pass into Drake. Goes right back to Gonzalez, fakes the pass, shoots the three, no good. And a nice rebound there for Olsen. He's going to lead the charge on offense. Over to Soul. Picking up his dribble. This pass tips, stolen by Kong. Kong loses it. Now over to Drake, drive inside, finish off the right hand, no good, but he does draw the foul.
Yeah, and we saw this in the game against Sioux City. Jackson Drake very aggressive here again tonight, trying to get in the lane, get as many layups as possible, and he'll be going to the line now to shoot two, Joey.
Yeah, and on that play, TJ Fitzpatrick now called for his 4th foul of the game. It looks like he's getting ready to check out of the game after this first free throw. That one rattles out, and Fitzpatrick does check out of this game. Henry Lunter is coming back in.
Yeah, and it's been a struggle for the Cougars from the charity stripe tonight, Joey. Another missed one there by Drake.
And it matters most in close games like this. You got to wonder if these will play a role in tonight's final score.
And the shot's up. It is good there.
So now 35-28, just over 30 seconds into this fourth quarter. Olsen works it across. Guarded by Kong. Interesting matchup here. And Kong gets the steal, leads the fast break, elevates for the jam, and that's what this crowd wanted to hear. Absolutely ecstatic after that Malal Kong jam. And now we're going to see some defensive pressure with a 9-point lead. 3-pointer, no good from Iverson. Rebound for Hellig. Bounce pass over to Drake. However, Drake loses the ball, trying to get the fast break, but it's a steal for Olsen. And now he'll lead the charge. Last second pass, this one stolen by Drake. And a foul appears to be called on the Blue Devils. And Iverson's called for his 4th foul. A bit of a reckless foul there, an unnecessary one that's going to send Drake back to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, and now the Blue Devils finding themselves in some foul trouble. Both Fitzpatrick and Iverson with 4, Joey.
And 2 crucial players. First free throw of the 1-and-1 is good. Jackson Drake able to connect, make this a 10-point lead, 38-28 with 6:49 to play. Drake able to go 2 for 2, big turnaround at the line. A big start to this fourth quarter for the Gross Catholic Cougars. Olsen guarded by Kong once again. That long reach making no easy pass available, and a timeout's going to be called by Plattsmouth. They need some time to talk things over. It is now an 11-point lead for the Cougars. Austin, how have they done it?
Well, defensively, once again, causing a lot of havoc there, and that's been able for them to get out to this double-digit lead. And they've also done a nice job here early in this fourth quarter, late in the third quarter, of counteracting Olsen. He has not had a lot of open opportunities really in the second half at all. It's a nice job by this Cougars defense all around. Great game from the defense. Now they just got to hold it, keep up what they've been doing all game long, and they can find themselves with another victory and go above 500 to end the regular season.
Right, like you're saying, their defense able to force turnovers, but so far in this fourth quarter, we're seeing them work the fast break better than they have all game. And the biggest thing on the defensive end that was a surprise to me, I didn't expect the Malal Kong matchup where he continues to guard Gage Olson, but so far working well for him because Gage Olson seems flustered by that matchup. No easy passes from him. So coming out of the break now, 6:35 to play. The Cougars lead by 11. A low-scoring game, especially for the Cougars, coming off a win over Nebraska City in which they scored 70. But here they are with just 39 points. Iverson still in the game with 4 fouls. He throws this one into Olson. Zone defense continuing here for the Cougars. Olson driving inside, tricky shot on Weiss, no good. And this one snatched away by Jackson Drake. Good work on the rebound for the Cougars. Bounce pass over to Kong, who looks to drive inside again. Another tricky play. Fantastic footwork from Malal Kong.
Kong just showing his athletic ability there. Incredible drive.
That footwork second to none. 13-point lead now. Iverson bounce pass over to Olson. They're trying to find a way past the zone defense. They're going to feed it to Soul in the corner. Tricky pass, tried to get it over to Iverson. Kong fouling in the process, and that will send Iverson to the line for a 1-and-1. Kong called for just his second foul of the game, but that is the team's 7th.
And it looks like Plasma is still trying to go slow, Joey. They're starting to run out of time to be patient on the offensive end. We'll see what happens here on these free throws.
First one rattling in, and he earns a second. Yeah, and I absolutely agree with what you're saying, Austin. I think a big part of that is the recent switch to the zone defense, because we saw the Blue Devils starting to get accustomed to that man defense and learn the way past it, but right now it looks like they're trying to process and calculate the way past it, although trailing by 11 with 5:45, don't have a whole lot of time to think. Jackson Drake, he's guarded by number 12, Henry Luncher. Gets it over to Gonzalez.
It looks like the Cougars are going to give the Blue Devils a little taste of their own medicine.
However, right there, you give Helig an opportunity from 3. He's going to come through. He's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc tonight. 14-point lead now for the Cougars. They're starting to take over this game.
Yeah, and that's what Helig's done all season long, the freshman phenom.
And again, slower ball movement here. Baseline drive. Look to be off of Weiss, and it is. This one will stay with the Blue Devils. Inbounding here is Drew Iverson. Throws this into the corner. Olson's 3, that one well short. And a rebound here for Weiss. They're going to try and run the fast break, but this one's stolen. Gage Olson on the wing, contested jumper, no good. Kong clears the board. Expect the Cougars to slow down their offense right now.
Yeah, you can see Coach O'Donnell telling them, keep it slow here.
Turning it over on their last play from trying to run the fast break. No need to rush this offense. Nice tip pass by Luncher, but Drake gets it right back. And now Gonzalez with it. Drake's on the wing. He's going to reset the offense here. Drive inside with the left. Tricky finish. What a play there from Jackson Drake. Almost turning around on the layup off the glass, and one opportunity with the foul called on Liam LaSure.
We've seen that all night long from Jackson Drake, and here in this second half, just doing a great job getting the line, capitalizing on those layups. Very contested, but able to make them. This is the free throw there.
Yeah, couldn't convert on the end one. LaSure now the 3rd player in this starting lineup for the Blue Devils with 4 fouls. Iverson has the ball. He's one of them. Get it over to Soul. LaSure back to Iverson. Again, struggles here to find any strong offensive opportunity, and it looks like they called Helig for reaching in. So now free throws coming for Soul. Kevin Soul, 4.5 points per game on the season. Patchkowski checks into the game for Ryan Weiss. And we see Lincoln Bradley check in for the Blue Devils. It's his first time coming in as Luncher comes out. You got to wonder, down by this big, when they put in Fitzpatrick, he has 4 fouls, but so do 2 other players on the court. And so Soule hits leg 1 of the 1-and-1. And Luncher comes right back into the game, this time for Liam LeSure. 15-point lead for the Gross Catholic Cougars. Less than 4 to play. Second free throw left short, rebound from Malal Kong. Had some big rebounds in this second half. Drake floats it over to Kong. Tried to zip that one over, it's tipped. Drake evades the trap, drive it inside, last second feed to a wide open Malal Kong. Easy finish there for the Cougars.
Yeah, and it's just been all Cougars here in this second half, Joey.
Been a huge fourth quarter for the home team, taking advantage of their senior night. Iverson, the inside drive, tipped away and stolen. Helig to Gonzalez, inside drive, the foul and the finish. Another and one opportunity coming up for the Cougars. It was a 1-possession game with less than a minute left in the third quarter. Here we are, 3:19 to play, a 19-point Cougar lead. And now Diego Baez checks into the game for the first time, one of the 12 seniors for the Cougars. Also coming in is Jaden Bowen, as we see Helig and Kong check out.
Yeah, and now Cougars, they'll be in the double bonus from here on out, Joey.
Bouncing in off the back iron, 20-point lead now as Gonzalez checks out. Palladino comes in. What a fourth quarter here from the home team Cougars. Olsen on the drive, forcing his way inside, tried to make something happen, and he is able to draw the foul. Ninth foul for the team. Pachkowski called for his second. First free throw good.
And how about this? All seniors on the floor now for the Cougars, Joey.
Well, and just a second ago, you could hear from the student section, they were chanting, "We want Akuth." And Akuth, you'll notice on the bench, he's taking off his warm-up. Imagine he'll be coming in a minute. It's Jackson Drake across half court, over to Palladino. Palladino, the right-hand drive, over to Diego Baez. Bowen to Pachkowski. Baez zips it over to Drake. Palladino the drive, last second kick to Pachkowski. His corner three, no good. Rebound, fighting for it. And out of bounds there is Olsen. And Akuth checks into the game for Jackson Drake. And we hear the cheers. Sounds to be a combination of an ovation for Drake and a cheer for Akuth. And now Malal Mammer checks into the game as well. Jaden Bowen comes out. This is what you love to see on senior night. Mammer and Akuth into the game, 2:45 to play, and the student section loving every bit. And now here's Akuth. Kick to Pachkowski. Over to Baez. Akuth in the corner, baseline drive. Reverse layup, no good. Pachkowski gets the offensive rebound. Mammer inside, no good. Pachkowski almost had another one. This one knocked out of bounds. And this one is called Blue Devils ball. I can't lie, pretty clear there. Seemed to be off the hands of the Blue Devils. And now checking into the game, number 22, Jackson Wunderlich. And Pachkowski comes out after a big night, and then number 23, Benji Pajnagar comes in. So again, all seniors here for the Cougars. Sideline drive here, showing off that speed. And Olsen gonna draw another foul. He'll be sent to the line. And they're gonna call Mammer on the foul. Subs getting ready to take place here for the Blue Devils. First free throw, no good from Olsen. And now Lewis Ingram, Dalton Eggers, Logan Cisak checking in for the Blue Devils, and Hunter Missoula. Second free throw, no good. Rare to see Olsen go 0 for 2 at the line. 2:15 to play. Akuth over to number 23, Pajnagar. Inside drive here from Mammer. Foul in the finish, and that's one the crowd loves. Absolutely erupting. Malone Mammer, a 3-point play coming up with 2:06 to play.
What a drive there from Mammer, and one. Incredible. And what a cool experience here. Senior night, seeing all these seniors get into the game and playing great out there, holding this lead for the Cougars.
Right, when you're up big, it doesn't get more enjoyable than the last few minutes of a senior night. Step back three here. That one looks to be off the mark. It is, but a good save there. Mid-range jumper, no good. And looks to be a foul called on number 22, Jackson Wunderlich.
Foul number 22, Jackson Wunderlich, his first.
So still in the double bonus. That one's gonna send number 24 at the line.
Referee's very liberal with the foul calling tonight, Joey.
Right, lot of whistles blown. First free throw good there by Logan Sayazek. Leaves the second one short. Rebound grabbed there by Pajnagar. Akuth leads the offense down the floor. Crossover, inside drive, layup, no good. Rebound here for Eggers. Drive from Bradley. And again, a whistle blown. Looked to be a blocking foul call. That'll be on Diego Baez.
Diego Baez, that's his first. To the line for Batsman, 3-point, Nathan Bradley, 2 shots.
First free throw here from Bradley. That one is good, and if you thought the Cougar subs were over, you're wrong. We've got Tim Furman and Ben Rice checking into the game as we see Mammer and Akuth check out and give Coach O'Donnell an embrace. No good on the second shot. Again, an offensive rebound for the Blue Devils. Mid-range jumper. That one good from Lewis Ingram. Less than a minute and a half to play. 53-37. Baez gets us over to Pajnagar. Inside drive, and he's going to draw the foul. It appeared they called it on the ground, but still double bonus here. So it'll result in 2 free throws. Eggers called for his second. So Benji Pajnagar at the line. First one good. Lead up to 17. He goes 2 for 2. 18-point Cougar lead. Hunter Missoula over to Lewis Ingram. Ingram picks up his dribble. Nearly losing this is number 20, Bradley. Now zip into the corner. Ingram, the feed down low, and that's going to be a foul called on Tim Furman. Really coming down on that one. Hard to dispute that foul on Furman. You saw the arm chopping down. However, he does appear to be talking to the ref on that one. He's going to get an explanation. So Dalton Eggers now going to the line for 2.
Even the referee smirking a little bit after that one, so all in foot.
First one off the front iron from Eggers. Left it short. Eggers can't hit either. Fight for the board, 1 here by the offense. Blue Devils get it inside, foul, and the finish there from Dalton Eggers. obviously, you look at these guys, there's a big size advantage here for the Blue Devils, but man, the offensive rebounding work these past few minutes been a huge difference for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, definitely, and could be accredited to that size advantage that they have.
So Eggers converts the three-point play. 50 seconds remain as Diego Baez works it across half court. Now into the corner. Three-pointer coming. That one rattles out. Wunderlich tried to get that one to go. Now 35 on the clock. Risky pass there to Mazzulla. Drives the baseline, tricky finish, no good. Rebound for Pajnagar, and a foul will be called on Plattsmouth. You hear the thank you senior chant coming there from the student section.
Yeah, just an electric environment all year long, Joey, in here, and no different tonight on senior night.
Yeah,
So cool to be a part of.
Not a whole lot of gyms getting as loud as this one. And here's Pajnagar at the line after the foul from Eggers. First one, no good. 27 seconds to play. Able to convert on the second. He's 3 for 4 now at the line. Mazzulla across half court. Gets this one over to Cizak. Trying to create a shot. The feed down low, that one's stolen by Furman. 10 seconds left. They're gonna try to work the fast break, but too much on the pass to Wunderlich. 9.2 to play. Obviously, usually a situation where you run out the clock, but when it's the seniors, their last game, usually a bit different. So now 5 seconds on the clock. We'll see if they shoot up one more. This one knocked away, stolen, and that will do it. A 56-40 win for the Gross Cougars. A big victory there. A few times it seemed like they were going to pull away, but the Blue Devils kept it close until that fourth quarter. It was all Cougars. They get the big win. What was the difference in tonight's game, Austin?
It was all defense for the Cougars, Joey, really stepping up. Great defensive energy and intensity, active hands all game long, lots of pressure, and Olsen really not a lot happened in that second half for him. So great job making the necessary adjustments by Coach O'Donnell and his team, and what a great way to cap off their season here at home for the Cougars.
Yeah, and that's something we've seen O'Donnell do all season. The second half, they come out a lot stronger, and they pick up the win. Now, we don't currently have the information on what districts is going to look like for the Cougars. That information will be coming out soon. The season's not quite over. They got some postseason basketball, but on senior night, their last game here at Gross Catholic High School, they pick up a big 56-40 win over the Plattsmouth Blue Devils. It was a fun one here. We thank you all for tuning in. We thank you to all of our producers for making it possible. After a fun night, this is Joey Kirkland, Austin Ulmer signing off.